Hey guys, it's Ben and Caleb here. This is my son. Most of you know him. He's going to help me do the Sunday school lesson today. We're here at my house in the backyard. I'm going to illustrate something for you and then tie it into a Bible passage today. So first I'm going to pour in some boiling water to this glass jar. Extremely hot. If you're going to do this at home, be careful. Caleb is going to help me illustrate my point today. So I've got boiling water inside this glass jar. Caleb, can you please put the first element in the boiling water? All right, so there is a carrot in the boiling water. And what happens to the carrot if it's in the boiling water long enough? Well, if you've ever done this at home, and maybe you've even made these for dinner, the carrot gets softer. And this boiling water represents the environment that the carrot is in. And when it's boiled, carrots get soft. So let's take the carrot out. And let's go to the next one. Nice and easy. All the way in, and let's lower it down carefully. All the way to the bottom. Ooh, good job. Perfect. Now we've got an egg in the boiling water. And if you have done this at home, I'm sure you have. For me, I like to leave them in there about 3 or 4 minutes so they're a bit jiggly in the middle. But if you leave them in there long enough, what happens to the inside of the egg? What happens?
It gets all hard.
It gets hard. And if Caleb had dropped it in there, the shell would have cracked. So when you put an egg in boiling water or harsh conditions, it gets hard and rigid and sometimes cracks. Okay, let's do the last one. My helper here, he has practiced this many times. Now we've just put some coffee, instant coffee, into the boiling water. And what did you notice? Well, there's a few things that happened. The color changed, all of it. The beautiful smell. Can you smell it?
Oh, yes.
Caleb likes the smell of coffee. I have coffee every morning, and these guys are very used to it. So it changed the color, changed the smell to something nice. And I won't drink this now, but the taste is improved by the coffee. Now, what is the difference between these three elements? The carrot gets soft when it's put under boiling conditions or under pressure. The egg gets hard when it's put in boiling water or put under pressure. But the coffee changes the water itself and improves it, makes it smell better. It actually looks different as a result of the coffee pouring itself out inside the boiling water. So what do we learn from this? We learn that things act differently when they're put in hot circumstances. And the way this story was told to me was there was a kid being bullied at school, and would he become like the egg, which was hard and brittle and maybe cracked, or like the carrot, which would be soft and timid and never stand up for himself, or would he be like the coffee and change the environment around him for the better? And there is a Bible story that this relates to, guys. I hope that you're all thinking, I want to be like the coffee. The Apostle Paul had that same thought. If you don't know about the Apostle Paul, he wrote over 70% of the New Testament. So a good majority of what we read in the New Testament was written by one guy. His name was Paul. And Paul was actually thrown into prison. There's a whole collection of books called the Prison Epistles. And Romans is one of them. Romans is my favorite book of the Bible. And in Romans, Paul is in prison. He's in the boiling water. He's in a bad place, under pressure, under stress. And what we are about to read in Romans 5, 3 and 5, we'll see that Paul didn't get soft like the carrot in the boiling conditions. Paul didn't get hard and angry and brittle like the egg. Here's what Paul says. He's a lot like this coffee. Romans 5, 3 to 5. Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. So Paul is not complaining. He's not saying, oh, I'm in jail, like a soft carrot. He's not saying, oh, I shouldn't even be here. Why am I here? My life's the worst. That's what carrots do in jail. The egg's like, all right, who wants to fight me? I'll fight my way out, and I'll fight you, and I'll go to the court, and I'll get my way out of here, and I'll start a punch-up with everybody. That's the egg that gets hard. But the Apostle Paul is being coffee. He's in jail, suffering, and he says, we know that suffering produces perseverance. That's that nice aroma. Suffering produces the nice aroma of perseverance, and perseverance produces character, that beautiful flavor of coffee as he's being poured out in prison, and character, hope, and that might be the energy that you get from the caffeine. He's saying because he's in prison, he's gaining in perseverance, in character, and hope. And he also says, I'm not being put to shame. So he is changing the environment that he's in his jail cell. And you know what? Because of Paul's reaction to this boiling water that he was in, he has changed the environment and the lives of thousands, millions, maybe billions of people since that time. So it has absolutely produced hope from his boiling water. So guys, that is your example this week, the illustration. I hope it sticks in your mind, and I hope that you do this week what I've been challenging my boys to do this week. Do you remember that note that I put in your lunchbox? Do you remember what it said?
Dear Caleb, be a coffee bean today?
Yeah, I challenge them to be a coffee bean in their classrooms when they go to school and change the environment for the better when they're under pressure. Guys, have a great week. Hope to see you at youth real soon. Thanks for hanging out. See ya.